Welcome to my channel English Achievement. If you like my video, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Today's video is for anyone who is tired of living a safe, boring life and wants to create a story worth telling. What if I told you something uncomfortable, something most people don't want to hear? What if I told you that a safe life creates boring stories while a risky life creates unforgettable ones? Look at your life right now. If someone asked you to tell your life story, would it be exciting or would it sound just like everyone else's? Most people are not living a story. They're living a routine. They wake up. They scroll, they complain, they sleep, and one day they disappear. This video is not for people who want comfort. This video is for people who want a story worth telling. Because, remember this simple but powerful truth. No risk, no story. Part 1. Why most lives feel empty. Let us begin with a hard truth that many people avoid. Most people do not fail in life. Failure is not their real problem. The real problem is that they never truly try. They do not chase what they want. They do not step into the unknown. Instead, they stay where life feels safe, familiar, and predictable. They choose the same paths every day, even when those paths make them unhappy. Slowly, without realizing it, they begin to live on repeat. The same thoughts, the same routines, the same excuses. Over time, their world becomes smaller. At first, they stop dreaming big dreams. Then they stop dreaming at all. They stop taking chances because chances feel uncomfortable. They stop believing in themselves because belief requires courage. This does not happen because they are weak or lazy. It happens because fear quietly becomes their comfort zone. Fear feels familiar. Fear feels normal. Fear feels safer than change. Fear speaks in a soft voice. It does not shout. It whispers. It asks questions that sound logical but slowly destroy courage. What if I fail? What will people say? What if I look foolish? I'm not ready yet. Maybe later. These words sound reasonable. So people listen. They promise themselves they will act tomorrow, next month, or next year. But tomorrow becomes years, and years quietly disappear. Time keeps moving. Even when people do not. Days pass, seasons change, people grow older, and one day, usually in silence, they feel something heavy inside their chest. They realize a painful truth. I played safe, but I still lost time. The safety they trusted did not protect them from regret. It only delayed it. The comfort they chose did not bring peace. It brought emptiness. A safe life may protect you from short-term fear, but it cannot protect you from long-term pain. Because deep inside every human heart is a desire to grow, to try, to become more. When that desire is ignored for too long, life begins to feel empty. Not loud, not dramatic, just quietly empty. And that quiet emptiness is the warning sign that a life has been lived without risk. Part 2. Every powerful story begins with risk. Look at every powerful story you admire, every hero you respect, every leader you follow, every successful person whose life inspires you. When you look closely, you will notice one powerful truth they all share. None of them reached greatness by staying safe. None of them waited until they felt completely ready. They all stepped forward at a moment when fear was strong and confidence was weak. They took a risk before they felt comfortable. Every one of them risked something important. They risked looking foolish in front of others. They risked being misunderstood. They risked failing publicly. They risked being judged, criticized, or laughed at. Many people told them they were dreaming too big or moving too fast. Some were even told they were wasting their time. But they moved anyway. They chose progress over approval. They chose courage over comfort. No one in history became great by staying comfortable. Comfort feels good, but it keeps you exactly where you are. Comfort asks you to repeat what you already know. Growth asks you to enter what you do not know. That is why greatness always feels uncomfortable at the beginning. Every great story starts with a quiet, personal moment that no one else sees. A moment when a person stands alone with fear and makes a decision. A moment like this. I am scared, but I will do it anyway. That moment is not easy. It is painful because it forces you to leave your old self behind. It is lonely because most people do not understand your decision. It is heavy because there are no guarantees. But that moment is also powerful because it changes everything. Once you choose courage, life can never be the same again. Even if you fail, you are no longer the same person. You have crossed a line that most people never cross. Comfort has never made history. Fear has never built greatness. Safe choices have never created powerful stories. Risk is what moves the world forward. Risk is what turns ordinary people into unforgettable ones. Every meaningful life, every strong identity, and every story worth telling begins with a single brave decision to move forward, even while afraid. Part 3. Fear is not the enemy. Most people believe fear is the enemy. They think fear is something bad, something negative, something that must be avoided. But this belief is wrong. Fear is not here to destroy you. Fear is here to inform you. Fear is a signal. It appears when something important is happening in your life. It shows up when you are about to grow, change, or move beyond who you used to be. Fear means you are growing. It means you are leaving your old self behind. It means you are stepping into unknown territory where there are no clear answers. That is why fear feels uncomfortable. The unknown always feels dangerous to the mind, even when it is necessary for growth. If you feel no fear at all, it usually means you are not moving forward. It means you are staying inside familiar limits where nothing challenges you. Think about your own life. Remember the first time you spoke English in front of others. Your heart was beating fast. Your hands felt cold. You were afraid of making mistakes. Remember the first time you failed at something important. It hurt. It felt embarrassing. Remember the first time you stood alone and chose a different path from everyone else. That moment was scary and uncertain. But those moments did not break you. They shaped you. They made you stronger, braver, and wiser. Fear does not come to stop you. Fear does not say run away. Fear says, pay attention. This matters. Fear appears when something has meaning. It appears when the choice in front of you can change your future. That is why fear is often present right before the best decisions of your life. It is not a warning of danger. It is a sign of importance. The real problem is not fear itself. The real problem is obeying fear. When you obey fear, you stop moving. You delay your dreams. You hide your potential. You allow fear to make decisions for you. But when you learn to move forward with fear, not against it, everything changes. Fear becomes a companion, not a controller. And when fear no longer controls you, growth finally begins. Part 4. Why people choose safety over purpose. Let us be honest with ourselves. Safety feels good, especially in the short term. Safety makes life easier today. When you choose safety, you often receive approval from others. People around you feel comfortable because you are not challenging the system. You are not standing out. You are not making them question their own choices. Safety also brings comfort. It reduces stress, avoids conflict, and protects you from immediate fear. For today, safety feels like peace. But safety always comes with a hidden cost. While it gives comfort on the surface, it slowly takes important things away from your life. Safety takes away growth. Because growth requires challenge. Safety takes away confidence because confidence is built by overcoming difficulty. Safety takes away self-respect because deep inside you know you are capable of more. And most dangerously, safety takes away a powerful future. A future built only on comfort is often empty of meaning. People choose safety not because it is right but because society rewards it. From a young age, society teaches us to avoid failure. It tells us not to make mistakes, not to ask too many questions, and not to stand out. Society praises those who follow the system quietly. It says, don't fail. It says, don't take risks. It says, stay in line and do what everyone else is doing. And when you obey these rules, society gives you acceptance. But here is the truth that few people talk about. Society does not live your life. Society does not feel your emptiness at night. Society does not carry your regrets. When years pass and dreams remain untouched, society will not come to comfort you. When you realize you ignored your purpose for approval, society will not take responsibility. The price of safety is paid later in silence. It is paid in lost confidence, unfulfilled potential, and quiet disappointment. Society may reward safety today, but it does not pay the price of your regret tomorrow. That price is yours alone. And understanding this truth is the first step toward choosing purpose over comfort. Part 5: The Silent Pain of Playing Small. There is a pain that is deeper than failure, and many people never talk about it. This pain does not come from trying and losing. It comes from never trying at all. Failure hurts, but it hurts for a short time. You feel disappointed. You feel sad, and then life moves on. But regret is different. Regret is quiet, slow, and heavy. It stays with you. Failure hurts once, but regret hurts every single day. Many people walk through life with a smile on their face, but inside they feel tired. Not physically tired, but emotionally tired. They are tired of pretending they are fine when they are not. They are tired of hiding the dreams they once believed in. They are tired of acting strong while slowly losing themselves. On the outside, they look normal. On the inside, they feel empty and disconnected from who they truly are. They wake up every day and do what is expected of them, not what feels right to them. They live a life chosen by fear, society, or circumstances, not by their own heart. Over time, this creates a silent pain. It is not loud enough for others to notice, but it is strong enough to drain their energy. They begin to feel lost even while doing everything correctly. These people do not lack motivation. Motivation is not their real problem. Deep inside, they already know what they want. They know the life they wish they had lived. What they lack is courage. The courage to disappoint others, the courage to leave comfort, and the courage to face uncertainty. Courage is harder than motivation. But it is also more powerful. Because deep inside every human being is a quiet voice that never disappears. A voice that whispers late at night when everything is silent. That voice says, I was meant for more. It reminds them that they were not born just to survive days, pay bills, and repeat routines. They were born to grow, to try, and to become someone they respect. Ignoring that voice creates the greatest pain of all. A life lived smaller than it was meant to be. Part 6. Risk reveals who you really are. Comfort has a strange power. It makes life feel easy, but it also hides your true self. When everything feels safe and predictable, you never have to test your limits. You never have to push yourself. You never have to discover what you are truly capable of. Comfort keeps you calm, but it also keeps you unknown, even to yourself. Risk, on the other hand, removes that protection and reveals who you really are. When life becomes difficult, something important happens. You begin to discover your real strength. You learn how much pressure you can handle. You learn how patient you can be when results take time. You learn how brave you can be when there is no guarantee of success. These qualities do not appear when life is easy. They appear when life demands something from you. Difficulty is not designed to break you. It is designed to show you what is already inside you. You never meet your real self in comfort. Comfort only shows you who you are when nothing is required of you. Struggle shows you who you are when everything is on the line. In moments of struggle, excuses disappear. Pretending stops. Masks fall away. You are left with your choices, your mindset, and your character. That is where your true self lives. This is why risk is not a punishment. Risk is not life being unfair to you. Risk is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. Risk is a form of self-discovery. It forces you to grow into the person you were always meant to become. It teaches you lessons that comfort never can. It builds confidence that cannot be given by anyone else. Confidence earned through struggle stays with you forever. Many people avoid risk because they fear losing. But what they do not realize is that avoiding risk guarantees a different kind of loss. The loss of potential. When you choose comfort again and again, you slowly lose belief in yourself. But when you take risks, even small ones, you begin to trust yourself more. You learn that you can survive discomfort. You learn that you can adapt. You learn that you are stronger than your fears. Risk does not change who you are. It reveals who you are. And once you see that strength, patience, and courage inside yourself, you can never unsee it. That discovery becomes part of your identity. That is why people who take risks walk differently, speak differently, and think differently. They have met their real selves and they are no longer afraid to become more. Part 7. Small risks create big stories. When people hear the word risk, they often imagine something big and dramatic. They think risk means quitting everything, changing life overnight, or doing something extreme. But real risk is usually much quieter. Real risk often looks small, simple, and ordinary from the outside. Yet these small risks taken again and again are the ones that create the biggest stories. Sometimes risk means starting again after you have failed. It means choosing not to give up even when you feel tired and disappointed. Sometimes risk means speaking up when it would be easier to stay silent. It means sharing your ideas, your thoughts, or your truth even when your voice shakes. Sometimes risk means leaving what drains you. A habit, a relationship, or a situation that slowly steals your energy and peace. Risk can also be as simple as believing in yourself when no one else does. This may be the hardest risk of all. It means trusting your own vision even when there is no proof yet. It means continuing to move forward while others doubt you or ignore you. Another small but powerful risk is being consistent when no one notices. Working quietly, practicing daily, showing up again and again without applause or recognition. Most people stop here. That is why consistency is a risk, because it tests patience and belief. These small risks may not look impressive at first, but they create big changes over time. Each small decision builds confidence. Each brave action strengthens self-trust. Slowly, a new identity begins to form. You stop seeing yourself as someone who waits. You begin to see yourself as someone who acts. And that shift changes everything. You do not need to jump off a mountain to prove your courage. You do not need a dramatic moment to begin your story. You only need to stop hiding. Stop hiding your effort. Stop hiding your potential. Stop hiding behind excuses and fear. Growth does not require a perfect moment. It requires honest movement. Big stories are not built in one day. They are built through small risks taken daily, quiet steps, simple actions, brave choices made when no one is watching. And one day when people look at your life and ask how you change so much, they will not see the small risks. But those small risks will be the reason your story exists at all. Part 8. Why your story matters. Your story matters more than you think. You may feel ordinary. You may feel invisible. You may feel like no one is paying attention to your life. But that feeling is not the truth. Somewhere, someone is watching you quietly. They may never tell you. They may never comment or clap for you, but they notice your effort. They notice your growth. They notice your courage. Someone out there needs your courage. Someone needs to see that it is possible to begin again after failure. Someone needs to see that it is possible to speak up after years of silence. Someone needs to see that it is possible to change even when life feels heavy. Your actions, even small ones, send a message louder than words. When you choose courage, you give others permission to do the same. But if you never move, they never see hope. If you keep your dreams silent, your story stays hidden. A silent dream helps know. 1. Dreams only become powerful when they are lived. When you take action, even imperfect action, your story begins to speak. It tells others, if I can try, maybe you can too. That message is more valuable than you realize. Many people feel lost in life. They feel confused, tired, and unsure of their direction. They are not looking for perfect heroes. They are looking for real examples. They are looking for ordinary people who chose not to give up. Your story does not need to be dramatic or famous to inspire. It only needs to be honest. But inspiration does not come from words alone. It comes from movement. Before your story can inspire others, you must live it. You must take the risks. You must face the fear. You must walk through the uncertainty. That is how stories are written. Through action, not intention. When you choose to live bravely, your life becomes a quiet light for others. You may never know how many people you help simply by not quitting. You may never know whose life changes because they saw you continue when it was hard. But that impact is real. Your story matters because it proves that growth is possible. It proves that courage is real. And when you live your story fully, you do more than change your own life. You remind others that they too are allowed to begin. Part 9. The price of risk versus the price of regret. Every choice in life comes with a price. Nothing is free. Nothing comes without effort, fear, or cost. But not all prices are the same. Some prices lead to growth, strength, and confidence. Others lead to emptiness, regret, and bitterness. Today, let us compare two prices: the price of risk and the price of regret. Understanding the difference may change the way you live. The price of risk is not easy. Risk asks you to face fear, to move forward even when your heart is shaking. It asks you to try even if you might fail. Risk brings uncertainty. You do not always know the outcome. You cannot always see what is waiting at the end of the road. Risk demands hard work, persistence, and patience. It tests your limits. It challenges your comfort zone. It is heavy and sometimes it feels painful. But the price of risk also builds something invisible and powerful: strength, courage, self-belief, knowledge that you can survive discomfort and grow stronger. Risk may hurt in the moment, but it leaves you stronger, wiser, and ready for bigger challenges. Now compare that with the price of regret. Regret may seem easier at first because it avoids fear, avoids failure, and avoids risk. It feels safe. But regret has a silent and long-lasting pain. Regret breeds self-hate. You begin to criticize yourself for not trying. Regret asks endless questions. What if I had done it? What if I had tried? Regret steals time because while you hesitate, life keeps moving. Regret creates empty memories. Memories of things you never did. chances you never took and dreams you never chased. Over time, regret is heavier than fear. It does not leave. It grows quietly. It eats your confidence and your energy. It makes you bitter, frustrated, and sometimes even jealous of those who dared. One price makes you stronger. The other makes you bitter. One price creates stories you can be proud of. The other creates memories you wish you could erase. Life is full of moments when you can choose between these two prices. Every decision to act or stay silent, to move forward or stay still comes down to this choice. Choose wisely, because fear may hurt for a moment, but regret will haunt you for a lifetime. Growth may feel uncomfortable, but staying safe comes at a far higher cost. Part 10. Becoming the main character of your life. Stop living like a side character in your own life. Many people do this without realizing it. They wait for someone else to give them permission. They wait for the perfect timing. They wait for the right moment, the right opportunity, or the right conditions. They think they are being careful or smart. But the truth is, waiting is the enemy of action. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. Every second you wait is a second lost. Every opportunity you hesitate to take slips further away. Life does not reward waiting. Life rewards courage. Becoming the main character of your life means stepping into action even when you are afraid. It means taking control of your decisions. It means accepting responsibility for the direction of your life. The main character does not wait for life to hand them a story. They create it. They face challenges with determination. They make choices even when the outcome is uncertain. They act even when others doubt them or when fear tells them to stop. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite fear. That is how main characters are made. The main character chooses growth over comfort. Comfort is easy. It is safe. It feels familiar. But comfort will never make you strong. It will never make your story exciting. Growth is hard. Growth is uncomfortable. Growth demands that you leave the life you know and step into the unknown. Growth requires discipline, persistence, and patience. But growth is also rewarding. Growth changes your identity. Growth makes you proud of the life you are creating. Growth ensures that you are not just living, you are living meaningfully. Being the main character also means understanding that your life matters. Your actions, your choices, and your courage have consequences. They shape your future. They shape the people around you. They shape the story you will tell one day. If you keep playing a supporting role, your story may remain hidden. But when you step into the lead role, your story becomes unforgettable. You begin to live intentionally, not reactively. You stop waiting for permission from anyone because you are the author, the director, and the actor of your life. The main character does not wait for the storm to pass. They learn to dance in the rain. They move forward even when afraid. They choose action over hesitation, growth over comfort, courage over fear. And in doing so, they write a story worth telling, a story that inspires, a story that leaves a mark, a story that proves one simple truth. You are capable of far more than you think. Part 11. You will be judged anyway. Here is another truth that many people do not want to hear. People will judge you no matter what you do. It does not matter if you try or if you stay quiet. It does not matter if you succeed or if you fail. People will always have opinions. They will always talk. They will always form judgments about your choices, your actions, and your life. And the truth is, their judgments say more about them than they do about you. They are measuring your life with their fears, their insecurities, and their limitations. That is why their judgment should not stop you. So why not be judged for trying? If you are going to be judged anyway, Why not make it meaningful? Why not allow people to judge you for moving forward, for taking risks, for chasing your dreams? Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them laugh. These reactions are natural, but they are not dangerous. They cannot touch the part of you that is determined to grow, to improve, and to create a story worth telling. Judgment is unavoidable. Action is optional. If you choose to act, you have already won a battle that most people will never fight. The battle against fear and hesitation. Remember, the people who judge you are not living your life. They are living. They're bound by their routines, their doubts, and their own fears. You, however, are standing at the door of your own life. You are holding the key to your growth, your dreams, and your courage. You are responsible for the story you will leave behind. And no opinion, no criticism, and no doubt from anyone else can change that responsibility. Only you can. Being judged is part of the journey. It is a sign that you are doing something worth noticing. If you never take action, you may avoid criticism, but you also avoid growth, impact, and change. Judgment is not the enemy. In fact, it can be a signal that you are stepping into something important, something that challenges the ordinary and dares to be extraordinary. Those who judge you may try to hold you back, but they cannot stop your determination unless you allow them to. So live your life boldly. Step forward even when others doubt you. Move toward your goals even when people laugh. Speak your truth even when they whisper behind your back. Their opinions are fleeting. Your life is permanent. You are the only one responsible for your story. And when you look back, the only judgment that will matter is your own. And you will know that you tried, you risked, and you lived. Part 12. When you look back one day you will look back on your life. That day may come sooner than you think. It may come after a challenge, after success, or even in a quiet moment when everything around you is still. And when that day comes, you will realize something very important. You will not remember the easy choices you made. You will not remember the times you played it safe or the moments when you stayed comfortable. Those days may have felt secure, but they leave no mark. They fade quietly, without meaning, without stories, without lessons that matter. Instead, what will stay in your memory are the risks you took. You will remember the times you stepped into the unknown, even when fear whispered that you should stay. You will remember the moments when you moved forward despite uncertainty, when you said yes to growth even though the outcome was unclear. Those are the moments that shape your character, your strength, and your confidence. Those are the moments that define the story of your life. You will also remember the moments you were brave. Not the perfect moments or the moments that others applauded, but the quiet, personal moments when you chose courage over fear. Maybe it was standing up for yourself, choosing your dream over comfort, or speaking your truth when no one else understood. Those are the moments that remind you of your real power. They remind you that courage is not always loud, but it is always meaningful. And you will remember the times you did not give up. Life will test you, push you, and challenge you in ways you cannot predict. But the times you persisted, the times you continued even when everything seemed difficult, will stand out. Those are the moments that define resilience. Those are the moments that give your story depth. They are the proof that you were not just surviving life. You were living it fully. That is what makes a life meaningful. It is not approval, recognition, or comfort. It is risk, courage, and persistence. It is the choices that pushed you forward even when the path was unclear. It is the story you created with your actions, not the story others wrote for you. One day when you look back, you will realize that the meaningful life is not the one you played safe in. It is the one you risked, the one you fought for, and the one you lived with bravery and purpose. That is the life worth remembering. Part 13. No risk, no story. Let this sentence stay in your mind. No risk, no story. It is simple yet powerful. It reminds you that a life without risk is not truly lived. Many people go through life thinking that safety is the goal. They try to avoid mistakes, avoid failure, and avoid discomfort. But in doing so, they miss the very thing that makes life worth living. The story. A story without risk is not a story. It is only a routine. It is the repetition of days, the endless cycle of comfort, predictability, and hesitation. Comfort may feel safe, but it is silent, empty, and forgettable. Stories are not born in comfort. They are born in courage. You were not born to survive days. You were not meant to simply pass time, check tasks off a list, or follow a path someone else designed for you. You were born to live, to grow, to challenge yourself, and to create a life worth remembering. Life is too short to hide behind fear or wait for the perfect moment. That moment may never come. The only moment you truly have is now. Each decision, each action, and each risk you take builds the story of your life. And even if the outcome is uncertain, even if you fail, you are still creating something meaningful, something that will shape who you are and what others will remember about you. Every great story, every unforgettable life began with risk. Heroes risked failure. Leaders risked judgment. Ordinary people risked comfort to achieve something extraordinary. You do not need to take enormous risks to live a story worth telling. Even small risks, choosing honesty over silence, believing in yourself when others doubt you, taking action while afraid accumulate into a powerful narrative. Every step outside your comfort zone is a page added to your story. Every choice to act, to speak, to try, or to grow makes your story richer, deeper, and more meaningful. So remember this: life is not measured by the days you survive. Life is measured by the risks you take, the courage you show, and the moments you step forward when others would step back. Comfort creates routines. Risk creates stories. Safe choices lead to regret. Brave choices lead to impact. Let this truth guide you every day. No risk, no story, and the story you were born to live is waiting for you. But only if you are willing to take the first step, face your fear, and move forward. Your story begins the moment you choose courage over comfort. Closing message. Listen carefully. If you are afraid right now, good. That fear is not your enemy. It is a signal. It means you are standing at the door of growth, at the edge of something that can change your life forever. Do not turn back. Do not shrink into comfort. Choose courage. Choose movement. Choose to live your story even when the path is unclear. Here on English Achievement, we believe that real growth comes from action, from risk, and from persistence. Every step you take outside your comfort zone writes a page of your life that no one else can write for you. Fear will always be there, but it is not a reason to stop. It is a reason to step forward. Because in the end, comfort fades, but stories live forever. Remember these truths. No risk, no story, no courage, no growth, no action, no change. Now go. Live something worth telling. Make your life a story that inspires. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Thanks for watching.